Jingle, hello. Welcome, everyone. It's been about a month now, but that's because every week I have been able to provide to you some wonderful content. And we just happen to have had a kerfuffle and a thump every week aside for this week, which means that I get to do my funny little bunny babble. And babbling I shall be doing. And a quick little summary of Bunny Babbles in case this happens to be your first ever Bunny Babble. Essentially, I go over topics that are about me and or topics that are essentially happening right now in the world or things that I find interesting that I want to bring to your think of it as a little bit of a bunny news source. And the thing that makes it a little interesting is I will jingle my funny little bells, my jingle right here, and this will tell you when I'm going on to the next topic, essentially. And we're going to be jumping right in immediately to me. I'm going to be talking about myself. It's been a month. Of course, I have some updates to give you. Some of the more interesting ones is the fact that finally, once it's finally going to be in production again. I got a lot of big things that are in production, and progress finally being made on everything. There is two different musics. There's one of them, my third ever song that hopefully there will be a visualizer ready and out hopefully by the end of next month. That's what I have my fingers crossed for. You'll be able to get your third song. I think it's my best song. I'm very proud of it. I genuinely think that you'll enjoy it, and I hope that it will be able to reach your expectations. And instead of it being like, oh yeah, I like Shiri, so yeah, I like this song because I like Shiri. I want it to be able to be something that you can show to your parents, your friends, people that don't know VTubers, and be able to show it off as this is a good song. This is a song that I like. And you genuinely like it because the song is good and not just because I'm your Oshi or because you like me or because I'm one of your favorite content creators. I want it to be because you like this song and not because you're biased. I want you to be able to show this song to someone that's never seen me before and them go, yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I would listen to it again. I'm hoping that will be able to be posted. It won't be necessarily a music video. It'll essentially be a visualizer. I want the music video to be special. I'm going to be spending a lot of time and probably a lot of money on the music video itself when the video it basically the music video will be very cool, but I don't want to have to wait a few months for a music video. I'd rather be able to give you guys the song with a little bit of a visualizer. That way it's still something pretty for you to look at, and then work on the music video afterwards instead of being sitting in the waiting room, essentially. Another huge music update is the Shirybun anime opening. That one, finally, the animation has been done for a few months now, and now finally there has been amazing progress on the actual music portion of it. There is it sounds amazing. It's sounding really good. I'm hoping that this also will be able to not next month, maybe 2 or 3 months from now, we will officially have our official Shiribun anime opening where it'll be produced like amazing animation. Production value on the music would be a banger on its own even without the anime, like the actual animation. And the vocals are going to be it's going to be me, and it's going to be Little Nee, who's another very amazing vocalist. And I'm super excited for this because I'll actually be able to spread my lore. And I've been kind of sitting down and thinking a lot lately about something that really kind of stuck out to me. It was something that I thought about and I've been thinking about a lot. And it's making content, and this goes for essentially anyone that makes content. You shouldn't be making content to have it have views. You shouldn't be making content for the sole purpose of, I think this will do good, I'm going to do this now. You should actually be just enjoying the content that you make, and basically you should be you should be able to show your passion. If you're making content because, you think it's good quality, you think it's good, but it's not anything that you're actually interested in, there's no point to it. It's not going to have that same heart that some of the other creators or that have essentially. Like for example, Uwu to Owo has such a unique like such a unique, what's the word for it? Content, I guess. They're an engineer and they make huge creations and they have such an interesting and funny personality. And you could tell they just genuinely like what they do. They're just building contraptions they never thought, even before they made it big. They were still doing the same thing that they're doing now. They just enjoy what they do. And eventually people kind of see that. And I realize I've been kind of holding myself back because the thing that I care the most about, the thing that I have the most tism for, has always been lore, my lore, or just other people's lore. The thing that I enjoy the most is writing. Like, I enjoy writing the most. And when it came to my ASMRs before, the thing that I enjoyed the most and I had the most fun was just building, world building, storytelling. And I really like storytelling. And it's something, especially, I've been kind of talking with Nightmind a good bit and going and watching their streams. They have a pretty big audience, like dare I say huge audience, and their streams are not hyper constant stimulus going on. They're not playing high-paced games. They're not constantly making noise. They are calm. They have a wonderful voice, and they're just enjoying what they like. They're just doing what they like. They're enjoying themselves, and just because they're not hyperactive and they're not constantly making noise and trying to make jokes all the time, you don't need to do that to be a successful content creator. You don't need to do that. You just have to enjoy what you do. So I feel like a lot of times, especially with some of my streams or some of my contents, I'm hyper fixated on always being entertaining, always capturing attention, even when it's not necessarily myself. I've something that I've always basically tried to stick true to and like stride to be is myself. Basically keep everything real, keep everything to me. And sometimes I'm just trying really, really hard to just be entertaining, and that makes me anxious. And I've just sometimes I feel like I should just be doing what I normally do instead of worrying about constantly being funny. Like, I think some of my best thumps, some of my best interviews, some of my best content is me not even realizing that I'm really streaming. I'm just being me. And that's why I really want to start making a lot more videos where it's stuff that I like, stuff that I'm, not to say that I don't like thumps or fluffle kerfuffles or anything like that, but my passion really is my lore. And I can find unique and interesting ways to essentially sell my lore, or just I don't showcase it. And I some things that I've been kind of thinking about was, one, I'm going to talk about my lore more, do a little bit more lore stuff. And there's been a series that I've been thinking about for a while now. My favorite type of content to consume, my favorite type of content always was video essays. I've always really, really loved video essays. I've always wanted to do that. And I care a lot about video essays. That's what I watch the most, even to this day. It went from when I was in middle school to now. I've always enjoyed really long video essays about just topics, and it doesn't even have to be a topic I'm necessarily interested in. It could be just something that I'll end up being interested in after I watch it. So I kind of wanted to try and make my own video essay series with an idea that I've juggled for a while, which is essentially lore detective. It was something that Puff wanted to do a series with me on, where he would do the editing and I would have to do the script and stuff like that. And it's essentially diving into other people's lores. Like, for example, our first video was going to be on Amelia Watson, and now I could do it on Gura. And basically dive into lore, because I feel like a lot of people sleep on a lot of people's lore. Like, for VTubers, I feel like it's just lore is never a focus. No one seems to really care much about it. And some lores are so interesting and so entertaining and care. It's just something that I feel like doesn't get enough attention, and I think it's something unique enough where if shown in an enjoyable context and probably adding a few jokes here and there, and I think a lot of people can end up enjoying lore more. And so that's something that I want to that's one of the goals that I'm setting for myself, is to start trying to make, maybe probably script out a bunch of stuff regarding lore of myself, and starting my own lore video essay type thing. And I think that my, hopefully my passion will show and the videos will do well, just based off of that I care about it, and you'll be able to tell that I really like what I'm doing. That's my hope. And that's my hope for that. Now, one last thing before we go on to the topics, one last thing about me. I do finally, and this was kind of the what I wanted to start on my lore, is there finally all of the races for the magical continent have been designed, and I've designed them for a good bit, but now they actually have artwork to it. So you can expect within the next month, if not earlier, to be able to see all the different races in a new lore video coming up. I hope you end up enjoying it. I don't know if I'm going to be editing it myself or if I will find an editor myself. One of the two things will happen. I don't know if I have enough money for another editor, but who knows? Maybe I do. Maybe I'll find ways to scavenge or scraps, take on some more jobs, whatever I need to do. Oh, and there was one last thing that I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah. So next week is going to be, well, it'll be June 6th next week. I believe it's on a Thursday or a Friday, and that will be my anniversary. It will be my 4th year of being a VTuber officially. I debuted on 2021 on June 6th, and that's when that was my first stream on Twitch. Way back when. That was my first debut of a VTuber. And so, of course, I always want to do something special. I will be streaming for the entire week, and my plan, which you'll be able to see slowly on the community page, is I want to do a fluffle kerfuffle every single day that week. So make sure to take a look out on the Discord, as well as on the community page on YouTube, which will be on here, as well as Twitter. I will be asking questions and or asking things from you, such as maybe your setup, maybe your feet, who knows, maybe your plushie collection. I'm sorry, I've been jingling that a little bit. I don't mean to. I'm going to be asking basically once a day for the entire week before. So starting Monday, which would be tomorrow, because this is uploaded on a Sunday, check the community tab. I will be asking things essentially a week in advance for us to do, and that's my plan for something to make it a special thing. It will be a bunathon, which means there will be sub goals, dono goals, stuff like that, something to keep me afloat, especially because ever since taxes hit me, I'm kind of poor, and it's been a little demotivating, and I know I need to get back to ASMR, and I'm going to be trying really, really hard to get back to ASMR. And I do know that there's some other subathon goals that I haven't completely fulfilled from the last subathon that I'm working on. I promise I am. And essentially, the next one, it's coming up next week. If you can participate, even just showing up is a really cool way to participate, and it would make me happy. So I'll make an announcement about it probably tomorrow or so. And the start of the Fluffle Kerfuffle, at least the request that I will make from you, will start tomorrow on Monday as well. And that's it. That's all the updates for me. I'm excited to celebrate my 4th birthday with you guys. I'm ancient at this point. I'm so old in the community. And I'm happy that you've stuck with me. If you're new, welcome. It's good to have you as the Fluffle, and hopefully you enjoy my unhinged, nerdy lore and self, and hopefully you find my content a little interesting. Okay, now we're gonna jingle. We're gonna go into the lovely jingle. The topics that I have. And there wasn't too much, even though I have a month for this. I didn't really find all that many updates. So hopefully you enjoy what I do have. Is this the right one? Nope. Is this the right one? Yes. Okay. So the first one that we have, Dead by Daylight. Oh, hold on. I jingled, but I don't know if I jingled enough. Jingle, 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 jingle. First thing, Dead by Daylight, Five Nights at Freddy's, summer 2025. It's coming very, very soon. I'm not someone who plays Dead by Daylight. I don't play Dead by Daylight. But I covered when they added Kaneki-kun because I'm a fan of Kaneki-kun. I loved myself some Tokyo Ghoul. And now they're finally adding in Fnaf to Dead by Daylight. I still won't be playing Dead by Daylight, but I do love myself some Fnaf. I was an avid enjoyer of MatPat. I am an avid enjoyer of Fnaf in general. Maybe the newer stuff is a little less cool, a little less fun, a little less my taste. But at the end of the day, it filled a huge part of my childhood and is probably the reason why I like lore as much as I do. I wouldn't say FNAF's the only reason. I mean, even back in my day, back when I was a wee little bun, a wee little toddler bun, when I was a kid, it's a little bun time for you. This has nothing to do with FNAF. When I was a kid, when I was like 6, 7, 8, my parents, my lovely mama bun and papa bun, would essentially give me Legos and they would give me cars. And, I'm a boy, so we love cars. Do you know how I used my cars? Well, I would have a little notebook and essentially I would write down all of the characters' names, and if it was a sharp car, I would turn it the other way around and essentially used it as a sword, and then the different cars would essentially be different people. The really blocky or huge cars would be normally shields, and I would use the Lego blocks, like red would be fire, blue would be water or mana, green would be grass. I essentially used them as spells, and I made my own little fantasy MMO type thing where all the characters had health, all of them were set up. I would set up everything, and I would just basically play with my imagination. And this was like when I was 7. I would have a little journal that would have all of the spells, all of the different things that they would do, the HP levels, the mana levels, and I would essentially play my own little fantasy game before I even had a computer to play fantasy games. And that's how I had my fun. I didn't use cars like normal cars. I didn't roll them around and do stuff. Instead, I just made little anime people from cars. So, I don't know what this has to do with FNAF. Essentially, I like lore. I like lore. And jingle jingle, time for the next topic. Anyway, FNAF is cool. I like FNAF. FNAF is cool. Jingle jingle, jingle jingle, next topic. Jingle jingle, jingle jingle. So this next one is for anyone that enjoys Twitch, essentially. If anyone here doesn't, oh no, hold on. Wait. Well, God, what am I? Oh, I have to go down. I see. There we go. Okay, so essentially, if we have any Twitch enjoyers, people that watch Twitch streams, I stream on Twitch, by the way. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to start streaming on this YouTube channel as well. My internet recently upgraded, so I should be able to handle simulcasting or multi-streaming now. I'm excited for that so that I will be able to have the people that don't like going on different platforms, because I know everyone on YouTube isn't. I know I don't really watch Twitch streams. I prefer YouTube, and sometimes I'll even watch YouTube streams, but unless it's my friend, I'm not watching a Twitch stream, and even then it's very rare. So that's that. And this is an update for people that use Twitch. Basically, one of the most annoying things in the world is whenever there's an ad break, essentially it mutes the stream, like the actual stream, and it overtakes the entire screen, and so you won't be able to hear the streamer. You won't be able to, so if you're missing out on something, or if you're missing out on a funny moment, you'll have or if you're talking with the streamer and they're responding to you and you're having a conversation, all of a sudden ads come up, and now all of a sudden I have no idea if they're talking to me. I have no idea if I'm supposed to respond to something. I don't know if I missed out on something, and I hate that. I hated that. That made me sad. And so they're testing out a new stream feature where it'll play an ad, but it'll be like you can choose if it's muted or not, and you'd still be able to hear the stream the stream itself, which I'm very excited for. I hope they add that because I mean, I'm not always going to be able to keep a stream ad free. So this would be a huge upgrade, a huge viewer, like a huge viewer W. Okay. Jingle jingle. Up next, jingle jingle, jingle jingle, jingle jingle. Up next, we have Saba. So, if you guys were here for my last Bunny Babble, I did talk about the fact that Gura was graduating. Did you know that? You knew that, probably. Yeah, Gura, heckin' gone, dead to the wind. But in the ashes of reincarnation from the phoenix that was once an Atlantis fishwoman, a small guppy emerged from the corpse and made its way out into the lovely sea. And basically, this is Gura's new account. Instead of using Senzawa, it seems as though Gura is making a completely new, fresh start. And that fresh start is Saba, or Same Kosoba. And you can find them on YouTube. They already have a song out or a little introduction thing out, and you can clearly tell that it's Gura because you can hear the vocals in the background, and it is their voice. And Senzawa is not exactly the most subtle of things. If you go to Senzawa's actual account, it'll say #1 fan of Gura and #1 fan of Saba. So they're not exactly subtle, but if you didn't know that Gura already has their new account, you might have, because this is kind of old news at this point. So, but if you're hearing this from me and this is the first time you're hearing it and you are a fan of Gura, just know that if you want more Gura posting, now that Gura is an indie, they will be Saba. This is them. That is them. They're right there. So, jingle jingle, on to the next one, on to the next one. Jingle jingle jingle, jingle jingle jingle. Ah, this one. Do you guys know Skibidi Toilet? I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a little low key. So, I'm not sure you've ever heard of Skibidi Toilet before. Well, apparently, it is now in production. They must have seen how the Minecraft movie set world records, that the Fnaf movie set world records, and they were like, fuck it. Kids, they'll pay for anything. Let's make a Skibidi Toilet movie. Skibidi Toilet, to be fair, does have a lot of lore. There is a lot of lore in it, so having a movie and having it expand on that lore could be very interesting. I'm very curious to see if it will be all made in Gmod, or if it's going to be a real life thing, if we're really going to have real life people and their heads are sticking out of toilets and you have your TV heads and you have your uwu faces. I'm very curious to see how this is made. This is a movie that I definitely would watch and I would tell you about it. I might make an entire dedicated video to this. Maybe this will be one of the lore detectives. I take a break from VTubers, from the series that doesn't even exist yet, and talk about Skibidi Toilet. And for those of you that are kind of newborn fetuses, first of all, probably shouldn't be watching me, but if you are, oh well, I can't stop you. Michael Bay is the dude who's known for explosions. He's known for having, whenever he directs, there's explosions. It's very actiony. He's a very well-known and well-received director. He's directed a ton of exciting action movies, and he's the explosions dude. He's the one that has the action-packed type of movies. So hearing that Michael Bay is the one that's producing a Skibidi Toilet movie is crazy. It's like, some people don't even believe this. That's how crazy it is. But it's happening. It's fact. Unless the production cancels due to some kind of means, it looks like we really will be getting a Skibidi Toilet movie. So look forward to that. I still haven't even seen the Minecraft movie. It would be crazy if I saw the Skibidi toilet movie before I saw the Minecraft movie. Okay, we're gonna be jingling on to the next one. I believe the next one is the last one, but jingle, 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 jingle. Time for the next topic. Jingle, jingle. Yes, this is the last topic. Okay, so essentially, this is a little update for anyone that uses Discord. You guys love AI. We all love AI. We hate AI. So, essentially, something new that's happened to Discord is essentially people can kind of invite bots over to your server and they can use AI and it shows only to that person. It's only visible to whoever uses it to make AI images or make something. But the thing is, you can't. Something that a kind of rumor that was going around about this thing was that if you go into your API permissions in your Discord server and you basically ban they're basically people were trying to say that you should just ban these bots. There were like 5 different bots that you can ban because these bots. Banning them doesn't do shit. It doesn't do anything. The only way that you can prevent people from doing this would be basically disabling anyone from being able to use slash commands, because that is how you summon this bot, is someone doing slash whatever it takes to do it. And at the end of the day, people can just make their own servers, take the images from the server that they're trying to like fuck with or mess with, and just do it in their own server. So even if you ban slashes from your own server, people can still do whatever they want to your images, essentially. And there's not really much you can do about this. I'm gonna be honest. You ban the bot, it doesn't matter. Yeah, they can still function. You stop slash commands, that just means that they're just going to do it in their own server. And the craziest part is because it's a slash command, you won't be, and it's only visible to them, is you won't know who's doing it. You won't know who actually is doing the command because it's only, the bot will only respond to you or whoever's doing it, essentially. So you can't really, it's just a problem and it's not really going to be solved. I mean, AI's everywhere at this point. There's only so much you can do to prevent it. People that are going to do these things are going to do them whether or not you want them to do them. It kind of sucks because, I mean, I pay for all my art, and so I always hate to see AI art, especially because I'm like, I paid $100 for mine and you're telling me you wrote up the thing that you wanted. Wow, you know, as a writer, that would be so easy for me to do. Do you know how good my AI images would be? I'm a writer, that's what I do. But alas, I'm not going to do that because I don't support that. But there will be some people, I mean, the people that are using AI are people that would have never spent money on art to begin with. It's just, it's the same way that I view the people that kind of scavenge and scrape stuff from my Patreon and post it on certain sites. The people that use those certain sites, like, if they're going to their sites, it's not like you're losing out on customers because those people would have never in the first place paid for your content anyway. So there's really no reason to combat it because they were never customers of yours. And if anything, the people that do go on that site, sometimes if they do like the content, even though they could get it for free, they'll still support you. So I kind of see this in that same situation where it's just, I can't do anything about it. So I don't see why I should be worrying about this thing because it's just kind of going to happen anyway. Same way I view politics a lot of the times. No, it died for a second. I just, it is what it is my mentality for this thing, where I'll do my best to not support it, but I can't control people. I can't prevent someone from making their own server and then using AI to fuck with a model of me or whatever they decide to do, any kind of my images. I'll just never support it. I'll never support them doing it, but I can't stop them from doing it. And that's my thoughts and topics. That's everything. I believe that's everything. That's everything. So jingle jingle, jingle jingle. Hello, hello, jingle jingle. Time for just us having a little bit of alone time. Are you ready for some questions? Are you ready for some questions? Are you are you ready? Are you ready for some questions? Okay. What's your thoughts on AI? Do you think there's any way to prevent AI from going in the direction that it's going in? Or are you excited? Something crazy that did happen. I guess this is technically a jingle jingle. This is a different topic. There was a new AI that came out from Google that's called, I believe, Gen O3 or Gen AI, something along those lines. And it is probably the most comprehensive, probably the best AI we've seen yet. And it is terrifying because it looks like real people. It looks like real animations. It's genuinely really hard to tell for some of the AI videos nowadays. And so AI is only improving and is only going to continue to improve. And what sucks the most is it's coming after creative jobs instead of going after the jobs that no one wants to do. Instead of it going after the non-creative jobs like sandwich making in a factory, which, I mean, to be fair, I might be doing that too with machines. But it just sucks that it's going after creative jobs. What's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on AI? Do you think there's anything we can do about AI, or should we embrace it, or are you excited for AI? Is it allowing you to do things that you never thought you would have been able to do? Now, next question. Skibidi Toilet, are you going to be watching it? Do you even know what Skibidi Toilet is? Are you excited for it, or are you shaking your head in disappointment? Were you a fan of Gura Gura or Gargara? Will you be checking out their new channel, Saba? I'd probably keep an eye on them. Hey, who knows? Maybe they'll be a thumb victim one day. Who knows? Do you watch Twitch, or are you only someone that uses YouTube? And if you do watch Twitch, what is the most annoying part of watching Twitch for you? What's the most frustrating part? Now, and my lovely last question for the topics that we talked about today. What's your opinion on Five Nights at Freddy's? Do you like Five Nights at Freddy's? How do you like it? I want to know. And of course, jingle jingle. Now we have our weekly BBQ. We're supposed to be weekly. Now at this point, it's practically a monthly BBQ. But at the end of the day, it's a BBQ. It is a bunny babble question. My question for you is, what is your favorite type of content to see from me? Is your favorite series the thumps? The thump and blinks? Is it the fluffle kerfuffles that are coming out? Is it the bunny babbles? Is it my clips? Is it my ASMR? Is it the the commentary videos that I used to do where I posted daily every single day and I was posting one of your slot videos talking about a topic that happened? And or would it be something, would you like to take a gamble and say that it's my future lore content and or the lore content that you have seen? I do have a lore playlist. And one last BBQ Bunny Babble questions. Is there any type of content that you would want to see from me? Is there anything that you really, really want to see or you think that I would be good at, such as maybe a story reading, like reading stories to you, reading something, maybe something lore, maybe reading my short stories? Is there some type of content that you always thought it would be really cool to see me do, but you never really had a way or reason to ask about it? And that would do it. That would do it for well, I would say weekly Bunny Babble, but at this point, it's most of the time it's either bi-weekly or monthly Bunny Babble. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for giving me your attention. Thank you for leaving that algorithm comment down below. Algorithm, alg, algorithmic, algorithmic, and liking and subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I don't know exactly what it does, but it'll probably shove my videos easier into your feed, even if you normally do just watch. And thank you so much for giving me your time. Thank you so much for sticking with me for this entire duration. I appreciate you. And this bunny boy bellows a bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.